OpenAI just recently released Tasks for ChatGPT. Don't know what the quote thing is, but I threw it in there. And it is, so, to a certain extent, what it sounds like. Today, we're going to go over the features, the benefits, who it's for, what you can do with it today in beta. And if you stick around to the end, I've got what I think is a cool little idea for things you can do if you're into generative AI and creating content without having to constantly do the work. Before we go and take a look at things live in ChatGPT, a couple pieces of information about the features, the functionality, and the limitations. First of all, beta. So it is beta. Second of all, it's for Plus and above. So you're going to have to be paying to get this. But I'm sure, just like everything else in OpenAI's fashion, they test it and use guinea pigs that pay them first. And then once things work great, they give it away for free to everybody. Interesting. You're also looking at a limit of 10 currently tasks / reminders that you can create. Will expand, I'm sure it will later. And it is only in the chat box right now. So things like being able to access it via an API, via GPTs, via projects, and ChatGPT, it doesn't do that. Let's pop on in here and get a little hands-on and take a look at a few of the things it does. First of all, when you're in ChatGPT, if you come up to your models here and you select this, you'll see if you've got Plus or above. Currently, this with scheduled tasks, and you can choose that as your model. Not a lot changes. One thing that does change is it grays out the file attachment. So when you're creating tasks, no file attachments, just the information. But web search is available. So if you want to search for things on the web as a part of the prompt that goes with your task or your reminder, you can do that. What are some examples of things you can do? News updates, getting news updates, reminding yourself. Something I need is daily affirmations. And I wish, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to have to create a AI model that's Stuart Smalley. Most of you under 50 don't remember Stuart Smalley from Saturday Night Live, but I am totally thinking about creating that for myself. Because you know what? I like me, and then, gosh darn it, I'm good enough. Totally missing that on most people. And as I mentioned at the end, we're going to go through some, what I think are a little higher level uses for these tasks. Because remember, you're not just reminding yourself of creating a task, you are creating a prompt to trigger at a certain time on a certain day. Let's try a couple things out here. So I'm just very simply, 9 a.m. every day, I plan my day. So I just say, remind me. And then we have a task. If you click on the task, you'll see you can edit it from in here. You've got a name for it. You've got when it is, so you can change this from daily, don't repeat, monthly, so on and so forth. You can customize it. So if you'd like it just to be certain days, certain times, you can do that. While we're here on the box, though, just a good time to call out this fact. Instructions. What I say, tell me to do my daily planning. That's a prompt box. And so you can take that and prompt away at that and pick anything you want. So instead of telling me to do my daily planning, I can put in there my priorities and say, this is my purpose, my priorities, so on and so forth. Make sure when I create those that they align with that, things like that. Unfortunately, we can't go out to our calendar right now and rearrange our calendar and decide what to do, but I'm sure coming soon. A little bit tricky, but to get to all of your tasks that have created, the little 3 dots over here, you'll see view all tasks, and you can see the tasks that I have scheduled currently set up in here. So maybe a little off the beaten path, but something you can certainly do. And I'm not going to go into doing SEO and competitive keywords and that type of thing. Those certainly you could do that with tasks. I've got this one set up where it checks to see if my brands are being mentioned. So you'll see here every day at 10 a.m., search online, any sites, any social media for my social media handles and my website URLs to see if they've been mentioned and notify me if any of them are mentioned. I like the if any of them are mentioned because then you don't have to notify me if nobody's talking about me. Wow. And you see here, I've got some other things, writing LinkedIn articles, doing daily planning we just did there, so on and so forth. But up here, I've got this one that goes out and searches for generative AI content news to send to me every day, so I know what's going in the world of generative AI. So let's get to why you kept watching the video this long and endured the dad jokes to this point. And that is using it for a little bit more, what do I call it? Higher level uses, almost like agentic. Let's say part of your strategy is to stay on top of your social media game And by the way, when I say stay on top of that, I mean providing content to your target audience that they actually find useful and helpful. Maybe that is creating a LinkedIn post every day with information about what's going on in the world of your whatever your interest is. So I've created this reminder here, this task to generate a LinkedIn article on generative AI. And if you see here, and we'll pop in here and take a look if we can see it. Every day at 1:30, it runs, it looks for news, and I'll put the prompts down below in this video, but I'm looking for news just for today that's on the topics that I'm interested in, and I'm hoping my audience is interested in. And then I summarize the key points into a LinkedIn article. Then below that, and it keeps going, I can send this to you also. It's sort of the format of what I want that LinkedIn article to look like. When it gets done, every day at 1:30, then every day at 1:30, I'll click on an email alert, and it brings me back here and shows me the LinkedIn article. Am I going to use it verbatim the way it is? Probably not. But I probably got 85% of the way there with this, with putting zero effort in each day. I'll call that a win. And then each day I can come in and get my alerts via email, in-app also. They'll show up there. In this case, I was just looking for generative AI highlights for the day. If I click on that message that came in this morning, and you'll see here, right here in ChatGPT, I've got the 3 articles that I asked for 3 things that are about generative AI I can read. Time saver for sure. Help me come up with new content. Absolutely. And it takes almost no effort. So let's land this puppy. Today, tasks for ChatGPT, only for Plus and above. It's in beta. You get 10 of them. That's it for now. I'm sure that in the future that will change. I'm sure it'll open up to other things to make it really more agentic, but it's enough to get you thinking about what it is that you would do to go from playing with Chat Bubble and ChatGPT to actually building agentic AI solutions to make your life and your business function better, to create better content, and to just do things a lot faster. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe below. If you have other thoughts, and I bet you do, on things you can do with the new ChatGPT tasks, make sure you put those in the comments below, and we can discuss different items. I'll keep an eye out there, and also, as I think of new things, add them in the comments too. As you can see, my sweet spot is sort of working with generative AI, creating content to help with marketing and sales enablement for organizations. I've got a link below where I've got a totally free guide to stopping social media. That's hard to say. But basically, I've got 40 prompts in there for social media content generation. And as we saw a little bit about doing these LinkedIn articles, I've got a full 2-page with the entire probably 4-paragraph prompts in there to generate LinkedIn articles and Twitter threads without having to generate any of your own content and ideas, to utilize it from other folks, but to make it your own and put it in your own voice. I promise you won't be stealing anything if you follow all the instructions and do it. You'll read it when you're done. You're like, I wrote that, pretty sure. Anyways, I hope you have a great time. Get in there, play with ChatGPT Tasks, and let me know what you use it for.